just feels good. Hey, why does it look at the neck? It goes up real high.
Bucks. You started out like, I don't know what the number was, like 12 for 12 or something like that. Um, do you know, like early on, when you're kind of in a groove? How early do you know when it's going to be a good day?
I don't know when my teammates pass me the ball and I'm just making it. It's not really a say, but if they see me, they hit me, and I just keep scoring. Deem it as a good day. So.
And then Bella, obviously 1,000 points. What does that mean to you? Like obviously you were emotional on the sideline there, hugging everybody. What does scoring 1,000 points mean to you?
So much. Like 4 years here is really special, and to do it at the beginning of my senior year with so much more basketball to play, so much more growth, and with my teammates who love me and celebrate me, and my staff that does the same, and my coaches. The play that Nikki called that actually made me giggle when she drew it up, and then I teared up a little bit. That was a freshman Bella play. That Horns flare was something that I was coming off of freshman year and scoring. So to reach it with that play too, it just was like, oh, it tugged at my heart a little bit, but just extremely, extremely grateful and blessed.
For either one of you, how much of a message was finishing this game, based on the way the last home game went?
It meant a lot. I mean, usually we come out second half is kind of really rocky for us. It has been so far. So just to finish it well, Coach Nikki went back in that locker room and emphasized that. Like, we've done good this far, but we need to finish it well. And I think we did a really good job of that today.
And Bella, Nikki talked about after the last home game, like, you've put in a lot of extra work to get to this point where you can kind of do a lot of different things for this team. Can you talk just a little bit about those extra hours spent with Nikki and getting to the point where you can score 1,000 points in a career?
Yeah, it was just a really intentional conversation that we had at the end of last season, because I've always known that I can contribute more and be consistent, but I didn't know how to get to those shots, what she wanted me to look for within the offense, what I can create for myself. So we literally were in the gym almost every day, all spring, all summer, all fall, and practice now. We get up extra shots still and do film and all the things, but she's really helped guide me to what I can be for this team offensively, and then Tony keeps me really centered defensively, so I feel like I've got a good balance.
Bucks will go kind of the different route with Bella, but getting to come in here with her and go through this journey with her. What has she meant to this program, and how cool from your perspective was it to see her reach it up?
It means a lot. I mean, it's always been, the freshman, me, Bella, and Kyla. So just to be in anything with Bella is special. And just for her to reach this huge accomplishment is even better. And like she said, she was very good at that horns flare. I do remember that. So just to get to this big milestone, it's just amazing. It's amazing seeing her growth from freshman year to now. And, like, it's still nuts that we're the seniors. So I'm still like, oh, wow, like, yeah, I'm the senior. But it's meant so much. I feel like special is an understatement. We've gone through a lot together, but we also we love on each other so much. And just to be able to do everything with her and still be with her this far has just been amazing.
Oh, this is my buddy, y'all. Y'all don't even understand. Like, we've been through some stuff together, so.
Bucks, how much did you need a game like this where you kind of, not that you haven't broken out before, but this season, this was kind of the first big game. Did you need something like this to happen early on?
Yeah, I think just the first few games, I don't know, I feel like I was rushing a lot. So just trying to, be there for my team and whatever. But I think just for me, I was rushing a lot, and it's just been tough. So to have a game like this and for my teammates to see me and just keep passing me the ball and just encouraging me this far, just building and stacking days, it was needed for sure.
And I don't think we're going to get you before you all go to Orlando. So, Bella, how important is this trip to Orlando? You're going to face a couple good teams there. What do you want to get out of this trip to Orlando?
Just continuing to take care of business. We've done a good job of being 4-0 so far, but just still building. We still have areas of growth. We still have to guard the three-point line better. We have to guard actions better, communicate better, execute our offense better, hit our open people better. I think that we're starting to hit more of an offensive stride, I think, with this game, with Bugs getting to her spots and getting the ball when she was open. And we had, I don't know how many assists. I don't know where it's on the sheet. But we had so many assists, and we had people just where they needed to be. Like, we have to continue to do that on both ends of the court this trip in Orlando, and then moving forward this season as well.
Few kind of, I wouldn't call them weird moments, but we saw him in the game, the 6-7. When
Oh, did it happen? I didn't even see it.
Michaela.
Wait, her
Michaela.
three?
No, her share free throw.
Oh, I
She
didn't
missed
see that.
that free throw. Do you think she missed that intentionally?
You know what? If there was someone to do that, it would be Kayla. Kayla loves 6-7.
Oh, it was Markayla.
Oh, you said Markayla?
Yes.
Oh,
No.
see, that's how you know. Sometimes I'd be in outer space, but no, it definitely wasn't intentional. But that is funny. We do love to 6-7 all the time. So.
Crowd liked it too. At the end, obviously trying to get to 100. How much did you guys want that? And when Nikki said just calm it down, I'm sure that was like, all right, we're done.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, especially whenever we take care of business as starters, and then we get to see our bench players come in and get momentum and have fun, and to be as close to 100 as we did, to put up the numbers we did today, was really impressive still. But you always want to get that. You always want to see people score and have more opportunity. That frenzy at the end was funny, but just proud of how everyone came in and played their role today and continued to contribute. Take 'em.
You don't like start now?
You make me nervous.
Oh. I've heard I'm intimidating, so
Now that I've said that, you're probably going to use that against me.
forever.
Right. That the play to Bella for her 1,000th point, she said that was something that she had done when she was a freshman. I guess what did it mean to you to see her get that mark, and what does she mean to this school overall?
Well, I think starting out when I think she was at 8 points, and I pulled her over on a free throw and said, I'm going to try to get you to 1,000 while we're at home. And I said, so everything I'm running for the next few minutes is going to be for you, but I'm not telling everybody else that I'm doing that, because the last time we did this, it was the worst exhibition of basketball I've ever watched when we tried to get Yaya her 1,000th point. And we were just, it was absurd. And so I didn't even want people to understand what I was doing. I just wanted her to dial in to what I was calling, and I wanted her to search her own. And so I thought she did a good job, because I think she made every shot after I started calling plays for her. So that was good. What does Bella mean? I think, you look at even the games where she doesn't have huge games, and I think offensively, and UNLV, I think she was plus 17 when she was on the floor. Bella makes us better with her voice. She's a defensive captain for us. Her IQ and understanding. I mean, she's as long as her teammates will listen, good things will happen for us at the defensive end, because she's that safety back there, kind of directing traffic. I think she's been an ambassador for the Big 12. I think she's been an ambassador for Baylor. I've always joked with her that she's the next president of the United States. She can take a thought for the day and turn it into the best prayer you've ever heard in 4 seconds. But I just think she's somebody that's about winning, and she's an elite student, and somebody that she would probably tell you this too. Like, when I got the job, I really leaned into her recruiting and really got to know her parents. And, I remember her dad said to me this spring, do you remember what you said to Bella, on her visit? And I said, well, I remember a lot, but I don't know exactly what you're referring to her. But Bella was really high in the rankings. And honestly, like, didn't know this because I was coaching in the pros then. So when I got the job here, I looked at the top 50 kids in the country, and everyone who wasn't committed, I just called. And if they had a Bible verse in their social feed, I started there. And so Bella was one of those kids, and but she had really dropped in the rankings because she had torn her ACL her sophomore year and missed some of her junior year. And so, it was, he said to me, you said to her, people are going to doubt you just like they doubt her, and that we could do this together. So that was a really, and I do remember that, because I felt like when I got this job, no one thought, anyone could successfully follow Coach Mulkey, because obviously huge act to follow. But Bella had probably gone from top 15 to in the 40s, but obviously was better. And to me, she has a chance to be a really good pro. If she leans in to being an elite 3-and-D player, continues to get better, making good, simple reads off the bounce. Her size, her frame, the way she plays the game really fits the pro game.
How much did Bugs need in a game like this? I know it's early in the season, but this felt like the first time she really kind of took over a game. How much did she need this to kind of get her season in high gear?
Yeah, I think people were probably overreacting. I think we went to her early and often at Duke, and she made some, she missed some. She made big plays early to kind of, I think, calm us, even getting to the foul line. I think, did she need it? Yes. Like, I think her expectations and what she wants from her senior year and what she wants for herself, combined with Bugs, is about winning, and I've never questioned that. We've always talked about how she's my security blanket, because I know the ball's going to move and it's not going to stick with her. And I think what I thought was good, I thought the connection between her and Talia was really important today. Talia finding her in space. Bugs was Bugs on the glass. She was in foul trouble against UNLV. That was a big part. because 24 minutes, I mean, yes, I played her 23 minutes today, and I played her until she missed a shot. And then at that point, she had a double-double, and I didn't want her to get hurt. And so, from that point on, like, I think she's going to get shots. She's going to get on the glass. She's going to do, if she continues to do the things that have made her an elite player, she's going to be fine. She's always had 2 or 3 game lulls in her career where she hasn't scored as much. And then she has a big game. And, you just put more pressure on yourself when all of a sudden you feel like there's a finite number of games and you have individual expectations. But I knew Bugs was going to be fine, and I'm not surprised by her performance.
How much were you preaching finish this game based on the way the last one went?
Yeah, I think it was about, it sounds cliche, but it's true. Like at halftime, you gotta dial into the score of 0-0 because it's very easy to get into a you score, they score, you score, they score mentality. Like you don't have that same commitment to getting stops. And I thought we continued to get stops in the third quarter, even when we went, to the bench. I thought in the fourth we got a little sloppy. I think some of that, you get in that mode where you're trying to help Talia get a double-double and plays that she probably should have shot it. She was trying to find somebody open instead of just drawing a foul or shooting it. And so I don't know that we were as clean in that last quarter. We gave up too many points, and we didn't get out on shooters a couple times. But I thought they worked hard at their communication. I mean, this was like a 0-day prep for us. I mean, we got back at 6 o'clock last night. We watched film. We got massages. And we had shoot around today. So I feel like coming off, a tough turnaround, I was proud of their energy and their effort.
What do you make of the bench production as well, and how have you seen that kind of grow? I know it's still early in the year, but I guess are you still looking for more out of them?
Yeah, I mean, I think Ting can really be someone that scores for us. I think that's her strength, her getting 2 blocks and me getting a note that's a career high. That's probably like me getting 1 block. But, I think she's got to grow at the defensive end and rebound the ball consistently. But she's an elite shooter. I think she can score. She obviously blew the 100th point and the 10th assist for Talia. So they got beef. But, I think it's important for her. I think Markayla gives us good energy. She doesn't need to take a bunch of shots to impact us, but I think she can score. I think when Markayla sees her first 3 go in, she's going to settle down because I think she's taken some good ones and they haven't gone in. And if you watch her shoot in warm-up, she really can shoot the basketball. And I needed to get Kayla going because we're getting ready to face a team with 3 posts that are all really, really good, and they're going to play through the paint, and they're going to try to draw fouls, and, she needs to be ready. And I thought when she was I thought Kayla's minutes were good until she got tired, and I got to get her to play through, fatigue a little bit better. Because I thought she left points on the board by not rolling to the rim because it was easier to screen and step out to the arc. But I thought her defensive minutes were real solid. I thought Kyla, if she'd just finished with her left hand like I want her to, I thought her minutes were good. And I think KJ played a little under the weather. That's why her minutes were down for me. I just didn't think she had the energy that she's had for us. And that can happen. We all got this head cold thing going. And so yeah, I mean, the bench is important. I mean, you look around the country and teams are playing 7 players consistently. There are very, very few teams. And if we can get a solid 8-player rotation that we can rely on night in and night out with a 9th player that, depending on the opponent, depending on foul trouble, depending on, that we can rely on, then I think we'll be in really good shape because I think, I look at KJ and Kyla as kind of co-starters relative to the fact I think they bring different things, but I think they could both start. But I'm just a big believer. You got to steal a starting spot, at this point. So, that starting group is playing really well together.
Kind of going back to Markayla, do you see any comparisons to Bugs and Bella in her? I think that at least when I watched, it seems like it's almost a combination of the both of them.
Yeah, she's got some of them, and truthfully, she's got a little Talia in her. The kid's a sniper. I don't know that she always sees the open player right now, but she's gonna get better at that. She's got a little Yaya in her, except her mid-range game is probably better than all of them. I mean, Markayla really has an elite elbow pull-up game, baseline pull-up game. She's a really good pull-up jump shooter. She has great energy. But I think, going back to like when Bella played for the Banshees, that's when I first started recruiting Markayla. I was watching Bella, and Markayla was a youngster. And so I do think there's some similarities in terms of energy and effort. She's a really good teammate. Sometimes she's playing her own game out there. I don't know what it is, because she talks to herself nonstop. So if you ever see it, that's normal. She hypes herself up. She challenges herself. There's a lot going on. But the kid plays her tail off, and she's really easy to coach because of that. Like you want her to succeed because she wants it really, really bad.
We won't get you before you guys move over to Orlando, but you guys have been all over
Yeah.
early on this season. How do you think those games, UNLV and out in Paris, have helped you for this game and subsequent ones to follow out in Orlando?
Yeah, I think, playing on the road, I guess it's set us up for that. I think playing against good opponents where we've had to, really settle in and find ways to win and be grinders. I think Iowa presents a different challenge. I think they play through their post, but they have elite three-point shooting. I think they legit can go 10 deep. I think Chit Chat Wright is playing out of her mind at the point for them and can make shots, and the combination of Stolke, Hayden, and Hayes gives them huge size advantage, and so they're playing through the paint, but they've got kids that can shoot it. So they kind of keep coming in waves at you. So it's going to be a little bit different than what we've seen. Duke didn't go deep. UNLV didn't go deep. These guys can go deep. And so, we're going to have to rebound the heck out of the basketball. We're going to have to cover up people at the three-point line. What they do isn't complicated, but it's really hard to guard. And so I think they're playing with elite energy and elite confidence right now. And so they're going to be a unique challenge because they've put 100 on the board like almost every game. And we thought Drake would give them a game, and Drake didn't give them a game. And Drake's a good team. So they're uber confident, and we're going to get a really, really, really confident team.
Coach, kind of going off with the bench depth kind of thing, a couple injury updates. How are Ella and Nez? They haven't played yet. Are they coming back at all or anytime soon?
Yes, good question. Nez has started return to play protocol, so she's braced up, and but we're in the same way we worked Jana back, so it'll still be a while, but we're excited that we're getting closer. I mean, after a year and a half of rehab, we're getting close. I don't know Ella's timeline. I think she sees the doctor again. I think we're still probably a couple weeks away. So, we won't have her for a while either. Thank you.
This doesn't have to be part of the presser, but like I said, you did the 6-7 did you?
Had to.